Hi, so we are Group 9, and our topic is about storage and disposal of radioactive materials for human and environmental. My name is Stephanie, and my group mates are Denise, Andriana, Marissa, and Justin.
Our agenda for today, our topic on overview and history, target audience, our survey results, our media artifacts, and our actions and our goals.
So our topic is improper storage and disposal of radioactive waste. We decided to choose this topic because of the underlying symptoms and long-term effects of radioactive waste and how it affects the environment and the community. Most of the time, people are unaware that they are being exposed to toxic chemicals found in soil. Our goal is to bring awareness to this topic and educate audiences, possibly changing the ways these radioactive materials are being disposed.
Some context and history of storage and disposal of radioactive materials. This issue all started in World War II during the 1950s. During the war, there was a nuclear waste that was being stored in underground tanks. Due to the focus being directed on the war, many derived their care and they became careless when disposing of radioactive waste into the water. During the 1950s and 1980s, which was after the war, commercial sales for nuclear power began to increase. Therefore, the research began and new disposal methods were being thought of. The long-term effect concerns began to arise as the waste began to accumulate. This led to its policies. In 1982, the U.S. government began creating new policies. The government created a policy that ensured that radioactive waste was stored in central locations, keeping people and keeping it out of harm's way. This meant that the government was the one to be held accountable for managing and disposing of the waste. Some of the current approaches and controversies. Most people did not agree with the way that waste was being disposed because of the health issues it brought. Some of the current challenges are that the disposal of the waste is not long lasting. Its quick fixes are leading to health issues such as cancer.
Then some of the target audiences are the environmental scientists and researchers. They're concerned with the monitoring and the understanding the long-term effects of the radioactive waste on the ecosystems, also developing a sustainable methods of minimizing contaminations. Then another is the health and safety professionals responsible for ensuring the safe storage and proper disposal of the radioactive materials, and also implementing protocols to protect workers, communities, and general public. Then another is a general public and the communities near the nuclear facilities. Public awareness of the risks and safety measures involved with the radioactive waste disposal. Also, affected communities may need to participate in discussions and planning the proper storage sites.
So here are our results for our campaign, our service results. So we did ask some questions that we thought were important to know about what people think and also what their thoughts are regarding this topic. So these are some important questions that we asked. We wanted to know if they think that there should be more involved of education in schools of this topic, and majority of the results came as yes. 96% came as yes. And then we also wanted to ask, what role do you think that this industry should play in waste management? And we shared a couple of just subjects of it, such as leading role, no role, also supporting role, and everyone had shared different topics about it. They agreed. Some people agreed into supporting role and others as leading role. We also asked, do you know any or how radioactive waste affects humans? And 60% said yes and 40% said no. We also asked, what do you think is the biggest barrier to proper radioactive waste into the community? And we shared some knowledge regarding it. We also put all of the above: lack of awareness and just poor regulations, and 72% said lack of awareness. And one of the questions that we asked that we think it was important is if they support waste management or if they will support it to improve it. And 64% said yes and 36% said maybe. Denise? no one answered no. So that's pretty interesting. So that means that a lot of people would really try to help to improve the waste management. And these are also other results that some questions were involved in the survey results. So we asked if they think that how it would get worse, and some say the most, 92% said health issues is what it's making things worse. And also we asked if they think long-term effects would waste would be in the future generation, and a couple said yes, and others said like maybe, but it was one is for poorly and high is for highly, of course, like if they think it would get a lot worse. And as you could see right here, the number 5 is where it's more into it.
So for our first artifact, we chose the media artifact, and that is Instagram. The reason why we chose Instagram is because it is a very popular, well-known social media app. So for those who do use social media, we wanted to make it aware to the public and just the importance of radioactive waste and how we can deal with it as well. And our username is EcoJustice2024. As you can see, we have images displayed explaining like the tips and things we can do, but as well you see how they're using appropriate equipment just to make sure that they're keeping everything safe around them as well when they are disposing of any radioactive disposal. And we just wanted to bring more awareness when it came to this topic in our campaign because it is very important. And yeah, this is our Instagram, as you can see, and you can always go in and read our captions and why we, what we stand for and why we chose this topic as well.
So for our second media artifact is a pamphlet. We wanted to do something else, something different off some social media. For a pamphlet, our goal was to also give to the community, to put social events for the community and give these out. Also give them to schools and education so they could learn more about it and have more awareness. And that's why we picked the pamphlet to just stay off. Since one of the pamphlets were for social media, we wanted to do something different off social media because there's a lot of people on social media, but also a lot of people are not involved or not really into it. So we try to do something off that.
We decided to include a little bit of information about breaking the cycle of improper storage and disposal, and we included a little slogan saying "Dispose today, save tomorrow." And then we also wanted to make sure that the pamphlet included information on how improper storage and disposal affects us as a community. So we included some information on how it affects air quality, water, and the soil, leading to potential threats to human health and the environment. We also included information on what should be done in order to prevent like harm from radiation. We included the increasing public and industry awareness about proper radioactive disposal, making sure that we're implementing safe packaging for radioactive waste and establishing that all radioactive waste should be labeled properly. And then we included a little bit of data on the long-term effects of radioactive waste on future generations.
And some other things we added are things to remember. Also, dumping in landfill also exposes us at risk, but also the environment. Improper packaging can lead to leakage of chemicals and damaging the environment. Improper labeling can cause to wrongly identify the hazardous product. Then lack of shielding exposes it to risk when being transported or stored somewhere. Then we also added what we can do is follow proper guidelines and be responsible of the hazardous things. Encourage recycling with everybody in the community, and also raise awareness to share how important radioactive disposal is.
So the overall actions and goals that we had for our campaign are very important. As you can see in the image, they are properly removing anything that is radioactive. safely. So our action is many communities have been dealing with improper radioactive waste disposal. Our call to action is to bring attention to the disposal of radioactive waste and ensure it's contained safely and away from all the communities who are near or affected by radiation. And our goal is for our campaign to bring awareness and understanding of radiation. When radioactive waste is disposed improperly, many communities will begin to have health issues due to the radiation in the environment. We want to advocate for effective policies and regulations. It's important that we ensure the safety and the well-being of all communities that are affected by radiation. Thank you.